Hey legends, BC Richfield here from the Bird Nest. Just going to do a quick 2-minute update on my thoughts on Bitcoin. So just here quickly on the daily, we can see this is what's capping price to the upside. We can see all these wicks coming into here, offering key resistance before this big sell-off, ultimately taking out liquidity lower down over here. We've got our lower liquidity marked out here in the shape of this red line. We've obviously got some internal liquidity resting here above these highs as well, which could draw price higher. Something interesting here that we can see is obviously we've come in and swept this low. Price has had a little bit of a reaction here. We've also got these relative equal lows down here. I've also got Monday's high, Monday's low popped on here too. So quickly before we go on to that, let's just slap on our B Pro, take a look at what's happening here. We can see at the moment still holding this on a bullish scale. So B Pro on a daily is still bullish. Obviously, it's quite a treacherous area at a point that this could look to turn, but we have to respect that at the moment. Just going to drop down onto the hourly here as well. And let's take a look at some potential setup. So we can see here B-Pro's got us under a bearish trailer, which would be expected after the sell-off that we faced. So let's just pop that off. So we've got a nice clean chart in front of us. And let's look at some potential setups for today. So I like trading the New York session predominantly. However, what I am interested in here is this high. Okay, and obviously Monday's low. Now, an ideal scenario here for me would be something like this, where we would come down and flush out Monday's low, yeah? And then I'd be looking for us to get back into a bullish market structure and some kind of path like this, ultimately targeting Monday's high. Now, why would I be looking for something like that? Well, first of all, we're going to have some stops, some liquidity resting under here. So if we come down, we take those out, yeah, then what I want to see here is a break of structure or a keen shift of structure with some displacement, basically an energetic move through this level here, coming back ideally to the equilibrium of this move before we then look to push higher up. Now, we might not get that if we start taking out and breaking out above this high here. Then we could consider some breakout plays. Again, ideally, I'd rather see price kind of at least come to take some kind of stops, even if it's under here, before then making that impulse move higher, retesting this level to show us a bit of confirmation before we then look to push further up. Now, one of the other things to consider here as well is this leg down. So I often want to be aware of where the equilibrium is here, which is here, meaning that if we get into a position down here, I'd be looking at this area as we go up on the lower time frames, because as we get up here into premium, then obviously we're starting to favor shorts again. Should we run Monday's high today if we get this kind of setup and then look to break back down below it? That could give us some short triggers in for the rest of the day as well. I'll catch you legends around the nest.